Hey, this video is on adding and subtracting fractions. One thing that you need to note about this is you have to have a common denominator in order to add the fractions. Once you have the common denominator, then you just add or subtract the numerator and the denominator stays the same. So if we look at number 1, you have 1/4 plus 2/4. The first thing you need to look at is, do you have a common denominator? Which you do. So your denominator is going to be 4, and then you just add the numerator. So 1 plus 2 is 3. Okay, number 2, you have 1/3 plus 4/6. You can see that you do not have a common denominator. So you need to make a common denominator. So you look at 3 and you look at 6 and you say, okay, what number do both of those have in common? What are they factors of? And the common denominator can be 6. So here's what I do. I change that first denominator to a 6. And then the other denominator is a 6. So now I say 3 times 2 is 6. So I also need to do 1 times 2. Whatever you are multiplying in the denominator, you need to do it to the numerator. So 1 times 2 is 2. And then since this is already a 6, the 4 stays the same. So you can keep your denominator of 6, and then you just add the numerators. What's 2 plus 4? 6. Well, what is 6 over 6? It is 1. Okay, if you look at number 3, 7/12 minus 2/3. 12 and 3, those are not the same number, so we need to change it to get a common denominator. The common denominator would be 12 because 3 goes into 12. So I'm going to rewrite it with my denominator. The 7 does not change because it already has a denominator of 12. The 2, however, needs to be multiplied. So 3 times 4 is 12. So you also need to take 2 times 4, which is 8. Now that you have your denominators the same, what's 7 minus 8? -1. Okay, the next one. You have 6/8 minus 1/4. You need a common denominator. 4 goes into 8, so 8 can be the common denominator. The first one doesn't change because it already was an 8. So 4 times 2 is 8. So you need to take 1 times 2 and get 2. Okay, the denominator stays the same. And then what is 6 minus 2? 4. Now you would have done this yesterday. Simplifying this fraction, 4 over 8 would be 1/2. Okay, the next one. 3/9 plus 1/6. 9 and 6, it goes into 18. It also goes into 36, and it also goes into 54. It does not matter which one you pick as long as you simplify the fraction when you're done. It's easier to pick the smallest one, but it doesn't matter. So I'm going to pick 18. So this time we have to multiply both fractions. So 9 times 2 is 18. So 3 times 2 is 6. 6 times 3 is 18. So 1 times 3 is 3. When you add those together, you can keep the 18, and 6 plus 3 is 9. Well, 9 over 18 can simplify down to 1/2. Okay, number 6, you have 5/8 plus 1/2. Common denominator can be 8. The 5 does not change. So 2 times 4 is 8. So 1 times 4 is 4. So 5 plus 4 is 9. Okay, number 7, 3/6 plus 1/8. 6 and 8, that can go into 24. Can also do 48. And if you aren't sure, you can multiply these two numbers together and get your common denominator. That's how I picked 48. But I'm going to do 24. So 6 times 4 is 24. So 3 times 4 is 12. 8 times 3 is 24. So 1 times 3 is 3. So 12 plus 3 is 15 over 24. Okay, number 8, 9/12 minus 1/4. Common denominator can be 12. So the 9 does not change. 4 times 3 is 12. So 1 times 3 is 3. So 9 minus 3 is 6 over 12, which simplifies to 1/2. Number 9, you have 2 7s plus 7 over 9. If you're trying to think of a common denominator, like I said, you can multiply these two numbers together. So 7 times 9 is 63. So 7 times 9 is 63. So 2 times 9 is 18. 9 times 7 is 63. So 7 times 7 is 49. So 18 plus 49 is 67. Okay, so this video goes along with both homework assignments of adding and subtracting. The worksheet, it's side A and side B. Side A is one assignment and side B is the other assignment.